your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Oh, yeah. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ. Two-time Hall of Famer. Oh, yeah. Got my man Brad Gilmore here. My main man, Brad Gilmore, here with me, as always. I want to thank everybody who's hanging out with us today, getting your champagne wishes. Caviar dreams, man. It's cold out there, man. It's cold. It's freezing here in Texas, y'all. They say it's going to get down to 20 degrees by morning, man. I got to get out there in it because I got to head to the airport. Get ready for NXT Tuesday, man. All right. But how you feel, man? How you feel?
I feel good, Book. I'm just like you, man. I was outside, and I mean, there was a little snow flurry out in Friendswood earlier today. There was a little snow flurry in the outskirts of Houston, and in the middle of it, in the north side of it. We got snow in Texas. That's weird for me to see.
Yeah. My daughter been on watch, right? Big time. She's been on watch. You can only imagine what watch I'm talking about. Watch to see if school is going to be canceled tomorrow. And lo and behold, school is canceled.
Oh, look at
that. In Friendswood tomorrow, man. It's crazy. A little bit of snow come down. They cancel school. They shut down everything. Hopefully the airport won't be shut down in the morning. So, because I got to get out early. And it's gonna be real cold. It's going to be slippery out there. So pray I get to the airport safely.
I'm praying for you, Book. It's funny. I'm sure that our fans and other parts of the country and other parts of the world are like, wait, it's 30 degrees and y'all are canceling stuff.
Yeah, man. Can you imagine how they feel in Chicago and Detroit?
Just thinking. It's like negative 30.
Oh, but they having that game tonight in Buffalo, right? Is that Buffalo?
They are.
And they had to cancel it last night just to shovel the snow to get ready for tonight. They don't give a damn how the people get there. Just get there. And the thing is, with these cold cities like that, why won't they build a dome? I know they feel like it's an advantage, but that's so old and outdated. Seemed like one would think, and man, let's get us a dome like everybody else. It's still going to be cold in the city when you come there at this time of year, you know what I mean? So that's the advantage. But working out there, playing like in the Ice Bowl, man, I can only imagine. Come on, man.
Oh, it's silly. It's silly, man. To think about when I hear people talk about, oh yeah, but we got an open air stadium, I mean, the elements, they were talking about it. I'm sure we're going to mention it about the Texans win over the Cleveland Browns, the triumphant ass whooping that we gave the Cleveland Browns.
I'm down with them Texans, man. They're my boys. They're my boys.
People were talking like, oh, well, the Texans, they were at home in a warmer climate, they don't have a closed stadium. They didn't have to battle the elements like they do in Cleveland. And I'm like, look, they got 45 points. Cleveland got 14. All right. They didn't have to battle no elements either.
But it might have been different if they were in Cleveland. You know what I mean? It might have been a huge difference. That's the advantage of playing places like Colorado. And reason I say Colorado specifically is because I remember having to wrestle there. And I remember it was a pay-per-view, and I just could not breathe. I could not breathe. I could not get my wind. And I was like, what the heck? And I tried my best, to make sure that I was prepared. I think I got in a day early. I got on the treadmill, did the bike. And come match time, I just wasn't ready for it. Seriously.
You do hear that. You do hear that about, that's why it's an advantage to play over there in Colorado and in those states. But, man, look, we got to talk about the Texans. Let's talk about it, Book. I mean, for years, the Texans have, been a difficult franchise to watch at times. We have spurts of good seasons. This season has been a magical season for us. I mean, 10-7 in the regular season, winning our first playoff victory in 5 years. We now have more playoff victories since 2002. When the inception of the Houston Texans, we have more playoff victories than the Dallas Cowboys have since 2002.
I tell you, yeah. I mean, we're feeling good right now. We're feeling good in Houston. We hadn't felt this way, and truly, you probably never felt this way. Seriously, we haven't felt this way in a long time in the city. We had a huge scare when that kid went down for those 2 games. That concussion. not knowing if he was going to get back, having to pass that concussion protocol and whatnot. But he got back and boom, got right back in the saddle. Rookie of the year, no doubt. Rookie of the year, no doubt. But to see how that young kid go out there and command that team with so much poise. I mean, he has so many veteran aspects of his game. So I'm just so happy, man, to see them boys go out there and represent H-Town. I'm gonna tell you, man, it's like goosebumps feeling the way we feeling right now about this team. I'm serious, man. It's real.
What was great about it too is we were watching the game during the reality wrestling show beforehand, with the pre-production meetings and stuff like that. And connected to the arena is a sports bar. And what was so great is the sports bar would have this huge pop next door that we could hear. And then Booker, I guess, the live feed was a few seconds delayed on your phone.
Yeah.
So, so I remember there's this huge pop, and then Booker grabs his phone and goes, "Oh, something good's about to happen."
That's down. Interception. It was just nuts, man. The boys went out there. They went off, man. They represented, unlike them Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys. I was just looking at the thing where Jerry Jones was talking. And they had you could tell it was superimposed, and they had put
tears.
That they put some lips on him, and his eyes was real red. He was crying, and his lips was bubbling real bad as he was giving his speech about not blaming anybody right now and this, that, whatnot. We didn't make it this time. It was. I was like, man, it's cold, man. People can really make you look. If I wouldn't have known, I would have believed it. It was really Jerry Jones talking like that.
Well, I was watching the Dallas Cowboy Green Bay Packers game, and this was my favorite thing in the whole game.
I bet you.
Well, I don't know. We might have different things because it was so funny. But it was like Green Bay runs it down, gets a touchdown, right? And then they're up at least 3 scores to none at this point or something like that. And they cut to Jerry Jones in the box, and he just does this.
Look, I already knew what you was talking about. I swear to God. That's exactly what I was going to say. I wish you would have let me say it first, man. Because Jerry, he was sitting in the chair like mine, and he just freaking.
I got such a pop from me.
I knew he was going to say that, man. He knew it was a lost cause. CD Lamb, he knew it was over with too, man. He started crying. Everybody was Dak, you could tell everybody rhythm was just off. Their body language was just off. It just didn't seem like seemed like they were scared to win that game, man. It was shocking. It was shocking to see and there again, another bust season for the Cowboys. And they're talking about getting Belichick in there. They're talking about Belichick may be able to come in and resurrect the Cowboys. What do you think about that?
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I mean, you have a quarterback with talent. I mean, Dak has talent. He's questionable in big games. I get it, but he's got a lot of talent. Mike McCarthy, I think he's won one Super Bowl since 2007 or something, 2008, somewhere around there.
One thing that got me about the game, right, was Dak Prescott this whole season, he's had this cadence, here we go, here we go, here we go. And he'd be saying it real loud the whole game, and Charmel would be like going crazy, like, Willie, please stop doing that, because he's the only one that does it. And by the middle of this game, he was going, here we go, here we go. He didn't have that exuberance in his voice. He didn't have that cadence, like he normally. He knew it was over with, man.
Oh, they knew. He knew. He knew it was done. But they tried to come back. They tried to come back a little bit.
Come on, that was scrub time. And you know what? His numbers was awesome. He had 400 yards passing. All after the game was pretty much done, though. You know what I mean? It was.
Right.
It was. That game was. Much worse than the score showed. It was a rout, man. They looked bad.
It was an ass kicking.
Youngest team in the NFL beat them like that too. Youngest team, almost like coming out of college. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
I mean, they were first in their division, 12-5 record.
Yeah. Unbeaten at home.
Unbeaten at home.
Yeah.
And got mollywopped, man.
Bad.
Hate to see it.
It started quick too. You know what I mean? Like right out the blocks. You know, it started quick. And from there it was like a snowball going downhill. It just kept getting bigger, faster, stronger. Dak was running for his life. He couldn't complete a pass. It was bad. CeeDee Lamb, I mean, his percentage was so bad. It wasn't even funny. They started running Gallup. You know, Gallup tried to get in the game and said, "Man, let me resurrect this thing." But it was too late. It was over. It was over. The game was over before it started. We got to take a break. You're in the Hall of Fame. Stick around, y'all. We'll be back in a minute. What's up, y'all? It's your man, Booker T, 6-time world champion, 2-time Hall of Famer, and I'm here with my main man, Brad Gilmore, on the Hall of Fame podcast. And today we're talking about something that's been a game changer for us, and that's HelloFresh.
That's right, Booker. Whether you're looking to save money, eat better, or stress less in the new year, HelloFresh has got you covered. We're talking about farm-fresh ingredients, chef-crafted recipes, and the best part, it's all delivered right to your doorstep.
You know, Brad, I used to stress about meal planning, especially with my busy schedule. But with HelloFresh, man, I'm whipping up quick, tasty meals in no time. And my favorite has got to be their 15-minute recipes. Man, who knew I could cook a gourmet meal that fast?
Absolutely, Book. But let's talk about variety. HelloFresh has over 45 dinner options each week. So that's right, there's going to be no more recipe boredom. Plus, they've got calorie smart and protein smart options, perfect for keeping those New Year's resolutions in check.
And you know, Brad, as a family man, I'm sitting down for dinner with my crew, and it's important. HelloFresh, quick and easy meals have made that reality. Even on the busiest nights, it's just convenient. It's bringing the family together.
And don't forget, breakfast fans, HelloFresh is hooking you up, the listeners of the Hall of Fame podcast, with free breakfast for life. That's right, a free breakfast item with every delivery. Now, that's a sweet deal to wake up to.
Y'all heard it here first. Go to HelloFresh.com/BookerFree and use the code, man, BookerFree, to get your free breakfast for life. Remember, one breakfast item per box while your subscription is active. Oh, yeah, man.
That's HelloFresh.com/BookerFree with the code BookerFree. Don't miss out on America's #1 meal kit.
Join us in making cooking fun, easy, and absolutely delicioso. It's HelloFresh. You got it. Oh, yeah. Can you dig it, sucker?
It's time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, guys. Just talking a little something. But I don't know, man. Super chatters.
Yeah, we got super chatters. Definitely, if you have something, send it in.
Oh, exactly. I just want to let everybody know if you got something, send it in. We're definitely going to be taking super chats here in a bit. But we're coming off of a huge weekend, Brad. We're coming off a huge weekend. You mentioned it earlier as far as when we were listening to the game, where we were actually in the middle of reality of wrestling, baby. First reality of wrestling of the year. And I tell you, I couldn't have asked for a better night because we had a triple sellout. Roxanne Perez versus Mia Friday in the main event. And I must say they went out there and made me proud. Roxanne Perez came back home for the first time in quite some time, as well as Mason D. Madden made his return to reality of wrestling after quite some time. I want to thank those guys for selling the house out, man. Selling the house out, because that's what it's all about. But we had a lot of talent on the card that I must say, man, went out there and rocked it. Did me proud as well. Made the Road Nation come alive. And I tell you, the way the arena is set up, I don't know, man. The decibel level, man, it gets so loud in that place, man. At certain times, and watching the fans go out there and totally make it special. What I know just a lot of on Saturday night with the guys was the fans actually were chanting their name. I don't know if you noticed that.
I heard that,
A lot of the guys, the fans, and I was like, wow, that's what. And then they got the "This is awesome" chant too, along with it. And I always say, man, you got to get both. You know, if you really doing work, you know, as a baby face, as a heel, and that's one of the matches that we got that right there too. Eli Knight and Danny Limelight, man, those guys went out there. I mean, professionals. Anybody watch that match anywhere in the world, they're gonna say, man, these guys could go. And they're not gonna say, man, these are the greatest guys I ever seen. They're not gonna say, man, this is the most amazing, talent, that we've ever seen. But what they're gonna say is, man, these guys are good. And when you get somebody to say that in this business, you're on the right track. I tell you, Eli Knight is a amazing talent. Extraordinary talent, but you need a dance partner in this business to really be able to go out there and shine. And those two guys, Danny Limelight versus Eli Knight, the night versus the light, came to fruition on Saturday night. Oh yeah, man! And it was an awesome night. Man, what you think, Brad? What you think?
I was right there with you. I was so happy with everything that went on Saturday night. And again, we were short some crew members, some key people, were still there trying to help us out. Some people not there in the presence, but we all came together to make sure that show went off without a hitch. Got to give a big shout out to the Queen and Kevin Bernhardt also, and the whole staff, man, for really stepping it up. Want to give a big shout out to young Brody. Young Brody runs our sound and music cues, and he was Johnny on the spot on Saturday night. Couldn't have done it without him. Chris Russo, Kirby Carry-On. But also, the talent was off the charts. You're right. This is how I knew it was going to be a good night. It was the first night of 2024, but it was also the first night in the newly minted Walker Texas Lawyer Arena. And as the announcement was being made, and Walker Texas Lawyer was walking out to the crowd, there was a Walker chant in the arena. And I'm like, oh, the fans are ready to play. Walker's getting a huge pop. I know that the talent, the boys and girls are going to do it. And the other talent, you mentioned Danny Limelight and Eli, which was great. Ryan Davidson and Max Castellanos had a fantastic match. A lot of good matches on the card, but you would be remiss to not talk about Roxanne Perez and Mia Friday. Did so well. And Mia Friday is going to be the next one, along with the Promise Braxtons and the Gigi Rays from Reality Wrestling, that you're going to need to look out for. And then Will Allday and Mason D. Madden and everything, man. I had such a fun time on Saturday.
You know what I like? The match I like is my young kids that you actually gave them a name that I used to have as a break dancer back in the day, the remote controls versus Fly Death. Zach Mason and Warren G. And I tell you, man, Warren J. My man,
Warren J.
Yeah, and man, those kids went out there. It reminded me of each other in so many different ways. You know what I mean? Because Ryan and Zach. I mean, Zach and
Warren.
And Warren. Those guys started with Reality Wrestling, and Zach came to like fantasy camp as a kid, like 16 years old or something like that. And then now I see the remote controls going out there doing their thing. It's like, man, it's like mirror images. And such a good match. With so much young talent in the ring. That's what impressed me more than anything, how professional they work at this stage in the game. So I just want to give my guys big ups, man. Big props for going out there and representing Chandler Hopkins. He represented Texas against Rudy Garza as well. So guys, anywhere in the surrounding area, Texas City on Fight Night, come check us out. 9300 Emmett F. Lowry Expressway, the Walker Texas Lawyer Arena. Guys, you have a damn good time. I promise you that.
Now, we also had to, this was on the Reality Wrestling social media page. You were just talking about all the great stars and the champions that we have in Reality Wrestling. I just want to share this with everyone on the show. This was, I thought, a great photo of the champions at Reality Wrestling. Isn't that a great shot, Book?
It's a great shot. It's a great shot.
Great shot. You had the tag champs, the Texas champ, the Diamonds champ, the TV champ, the road champ. Looking good, man. We got a great little crew, great squad.
Got a hell
You
of
know
a
what I mean?
got a hell of a crew. Reality wrestling, guys, like I say, every second Saturday of the month, if you're anywhere in the surrounding area, come out there and check it out if you can get a ticket, because it's going to be sold out coming up next month. I don't know. We may put a poll out. Who do you want to see next at Reality Wrestling? I'm which is gonna actually kind of lead me to my next segment. I hate to kind of like break away from Reality of Wrestling right now, but the one person literally just last week said, when's my turn to come to Reality of Wrestling? And it was Cora Jade. And now I found out, we all found out that Cora Jade suffered an ACL tear. She's going to be out of action for quite some time. I don't know. I know ACL tear, that could be 3 to 6 to 9 months to a year.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. According to how bad the tear is, of course. I've never had an ACL tear myself. I had a couple of scopes, but everybody I've known that had the ACL has always been a process, always been some rehab involved, and then coming back. That process of just getting your wheels back up under you is not something that, it's not like riding a bicycle or anything like that. No, you got to actually do some work. And I say that because first time I got my knee scoped, I was supposed to do rehab, and I was like, oh man, forget about the rehab, I'm good. And I came back and I immediately screwed it up again, and I had to have another surgery for that same knee, and they had to scope it and clean it out. And that next time I did extensive rehab, and it was the toughest thing in the world. So it's definitely a process.
Yeah, and Cora just came back, it feels like a few weeks ago, made a return to, shake things up over there on NXT. I've always thought she was a great talent. She's obviously got age on her side. I think Cora Jade's like 22 or something like that, 23, 22, 23. So she's got time to kind of come back from that as far as, the length of her career. 6 to 9 months, I think, is the normal recovery time for something like that. And again, like I said, if you have age on your side, hopefully she can come back even sooner. But it's the old phrase now that I feel like I use every time someone has an injury. We want them back as fast as they can, but as slow as they must. And Cora, though, she's a mega talent, Book. I really do think she's got, the checklist. It's all there. Check.
Oh, yeah.
So it just sucks to see somebody's momentum kind of get cut off with an injury.
Well, injuries happen, and I don't know how it happened or anything like that. I know it was on one of the live events. I don't think Cora Jade do anything outside the norm, other than work. She's not like one of those like risk takers or anything like that. And especially on a house show, it could have been just about anything. But one thing about the like you say, injuries like that, it's not a matter of if they're going to happen. It's just a matter of when they're going to happen. Just about every one of us pretty much go through these injuries. But one thing that one thing I must say is we are having a lot of injuries with a lot of young guys, a lot of young girls. Let's talk about that when we come back. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Can you dig it, sucker? And this episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, let's talk about it. Let's talk about sex. Hey, you remember when you was always ready to go? I'm talking about strapping the rocket on it, man. Going straight to the moon. I'm talking about getting it done. If you want that extra confidence, I got something for you. Listen up, BlueChew.com. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, but in a chewable tablet at the fraction of the cost.
But the great thing, Book, is you can take it any time, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days.
The best part, guys, it's all done online on the internet. So there's no doctor's visit, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at a pharmacy or any of that.
And the thing is, Book, Blue Chew's tablets, they're made right here in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package, so no one is the wiser.
You know, let's just get it out there, guys. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. It's like this. Chew it and do it. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew absolutely free when you use promo code BOOKER at your checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping, man. That's BlueChew.com. Use promo code BOOKER to receive your first month absolutely free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And, you know, we want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Hall of Fame podcast. Chew it and do it. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. I just love that. I love chewing and do it. We're talking about, a lot of the young talent getting injured these days. And I was reading an article about some of the, excuse me, the way the training may be taking place these days may be having something to do with injuries with the talent on the roster. And me personally, I really don't agree with that because they're not getting injured in training; they're getting injured when they're working. I mean, right or wrong.
Oh, that's great point.
I mean, that's just my point on that. But my thing is, a lot of young talent we've seen, just like say for instance, Sol Ruka. Nikita Lyons, now Cora Jade have had injuries, and the thing is, a lot of the guys have had injuries as well. And the thing is, I'm wondering, is it more the training or is it more the work style? Because I've heard, like some of the ladies say they want to work just as hard as the men. They want to go out there and be able to do dives and do stuff just like and take just as many risks as the men. I remember back in the day, it used to be the business was about going out there and, making sure you could do it the next day. But today, young wrestlers seem like throwing caution to the wind. It's just, something that they do on a regular basis. And I say that because, one of my guys, he actually wanted to jump off the scaffold one night, when we put the television cameras, he wanted to jump off of it. And I go, what sense does that make? It'll be a great spot. Yeah, but you might crack your skull and go to the hospital. So for me, a lot of things happen these days, I think, because of the risk that's being taken more so than anything. But aside to that, risk, it's not even about risk. Sometimes it's not a matter of if it's going to happen, it's just a matter of when it's going to happen. I watched RVD do that little backflip over a guy go for a backdrop, and RVD would do a little backflip and land on his feet and hit the ropes, whatever. I watched RVD do that move, I don't know, at least 100 times just in our career, you know what I mean? I'm sure he did it more than that. And one day he did it and he blew his knee out. Just like that. I mean, and he didn't do anything different than he did for him probably 500 times, perhaps.
Right.
So it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. And when I see someone try to make an analogy as far as, why do people get hurt? Like I say, I just think it's the styles more than anything.
I think styles have a lot to do with it. I do know, I think there are less live event dates overall on the main roster than there used to be. I know that people in NXT, they train pretty much every day. So their body's getting some rigor done to it on a daily. But I agree with you. I think some of it is stylistically, or a lot of it. I mean, even if you look on the other side of the coin from some of the matches we saw this week, I mean, there was the spot with Sting and Powerhouse Hobbs where they went through the two tables off the balcony or what have you. There was the moment with Sammy Guevara where he does a swanton off the scaffolding to the floor about 15, 17 feet, misses, bam, right on his back through the little, I'm sure it was a gimmick table that they had there. But you can't really expect to do stuff like that, and there not be a potential for injury. Even with Rob, as you said, it was something he did all the time, but still landing in a certain way and putting your body through a certain amount of pressure, stuff can pop, right?
Yeah, and there again, putting yourself in harm's way. I mean, Big E and Ridge Holland, I mean, of
Right.
course, as well. I mean, when you're working and not really thinking about the the ramifications, sometimes you're just throwing caution to it's a lot of fun sometimes until something like that happens. So but I don't blame anybody for going out there and getting injured for working hard. that's just that's
Right.
just that's just part of the game, as well as that's just where we are, with the business too. I can't imagine watching wrestling the way it was back in, like in the 80s and the 70s, the way that guys were just walking around. Of course, we've evolved to this. And Mick Foley said he perhaps could take a lot of blame for the kids jumping on stuff and going extreme. And there again, throwing caution to the wind, not thinking about how the body's going to feel 10, 15, 20 years later. But as far as the training methods or anything like that, I really don't think it's the training methods or anything like that. I don't think that has a whole lot to do with somebody going out there in the ring and getting hurt. But I can say the way we did it and the way they do it now is two totally different styles of wrestling.
Now, there are a lot of other stories that I do want to get to regarding TNA, Hard to Kill, which is a great show that a lot of people are talking about. They have a new top star in Nick Nemeth. One of their stars might be going away as well, and Trinity Fatu, that I think that someone super chatted in about. But did you see the Sting spot? By the way, I gotta say, Sting, I know he's rounding his career up, right? Winding it down. And we know it's coming up. And he's having some really awesome moments. And it seems as though when you think about his AEW career, he came in to do the cinematic matches, which is what he's going to do. His first either one match or two matches were cinematic style. And that was how we were expected to see Sting. And then he's done these tag team matches with Darby Allin ever since. It's done a lot of good for Darby, in my opinion. But this was another one where I'm like, man, Sting is nuts, like in a good way.
But what did he do?
Sting is crazy. I'm going to show you. So he and Powerhouse Hobbs were working, and you can see this spot. It looks like their Powerhouse Hobbs were going to power slam him, right? We're watching this. This is from AEW Dynamite. Hobbs is strong, man.
Yeah, he's a monster, man. He's a beast.
Look at this. Puts him in the Scorpion Death Drop. Whoa, bam! Missed one of the tables. It was a good spot. Stinger, man. They got the match won with that one. Sting's going all out. And Flair was involved in that match, by the way, too. He was giving chops to Powerhouse Hobbs.
I can't hate on it. I'm not going to.
Hell no.
I mean, Sting's going to go out his way, man. Then I can only I can only respect that. I'm serious. I'm not going to sit here and try to craft it any other way, because if I say anything, somebody's going to say, well, he's being negative towards Sting. No, I mean, Sting is definitely going out on his own. Going out his own way. And I like it, actually. This is you only get a chance to do this once, man. He's not gonna get a chance to, rewrite this history. And I tell you, the way he's done it, something that he didn't really get a chance to do in WWE is something, now I'm sure he can look back on and say, man, that's the ending that I felt. That's the ending that I saw for myself more so than anything. No matter how you feel, no matter how, what kind of bumps and bruises you got on the old body, none of that's going to matter at the end of the day.
Well, when you think about his career too, he didn't really get a send-off in WCW because, he and Flair wrestled in that last Nitro, and then we didn't see him again until he joined TNA. And when he joined TNA, I don't remember. There wasn't a big send-off for him either when he left TNA because he was coming to the WWE, where I think he thought he was going to, end his career. Had a couple matches with WWE. The stuff with Seth Rollins here in Houston, that didn't work out, so he didn't wrestle anymore. So this is really his first real ability to have a proper send-off in retirement.
Yeah.
And I think it's great for Sting. Now, the rumored opponent.
The thing is, I think he deserves that.
Yes, he absolutely deserves it. I mean, can you think about it? How many people in this business, have been influenced by him in one way or another, over the years? He's been wrestling since, the 80s?
Yeah.
Come on now. When you were a kid, everyone painted their face like Sting for generations, apparently, right? So I think it's great for him. Now, the rumored last opponents for Sting are the Young Bucks. Bucks versus Sting and Darby is what's looked like they're angling to. How do you like the Young Bucks being his last opponent? Because they're getting heat online for it, but I kind of like the matchup if it's a tag.
Well, why would they be getting heat online for it?
Oh, they're like, why give it to the Bucks? What have the Bucks done to deserve Sting's last match? Blah, blah, blah. Just crapping on the Bucks.
Why would they be getting heat? Not everybody loves those guys.
Oh, it's a coin flip these days, Book.
Okay. No, man. I think those guys will be able to go out there and do it right. I mean, those guys, they can perform, man. I can't take nothing away from the Bucks, man. Those guys, they do a bunch of stuff. They flip around and all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to working, those guys can actually work, And I know they're going to hear this and they're going to say, man, where's this coming? And a lot of people may be saying, where's this coming from? But nah, those guys do a lot of stuff that I don't agree with. But when it comes to going out there and working, damn it, they can work. And they can flip around and get Sting over probably better than anybody else in that company.
Yeah.
For that one night. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Can you dig it, sucker? All right, everyone, it's Booker T and Brad Gilmore here, and we've got something exciting for all you sports, comedy, music, and theater fans out there. We're talking about Game Time, the fastest, easiest way to get your hands on tickets to your favorite events.
That's right, Book. We love all those spontaneous, unforgettable moments, and Game Time is here to make them happen. Whether it's a last-minute decision to see a game or a sudden urge to catch a live show, Game Time has got you covered, giving fans access to tickets even at the last minute in over 60 cities across the United States and Canada.
Hey guys, this ain't about getting in. This is about getting the best seats in the house. With Game Time, you can see images of your seat before you buy it. So no surprises there, guys. You can score tickets swiftly. Skip the line, guys. Just dive straight into the moment.
Absolutely. And listen to this. Game Time guarantees the best prices. Find tickets in the same section and row for less elsewhere. Game Time will give you a credit of 110% of the difference. So there's no reason to wait, Book.
So whether it's the thrill of the game, the laughter of the comedy, the rhythm of the music, or the drama of the theater, guys, don't let the opportunity skip by. Choose Game Time. Grab your tickets and just enjoy the moment.
Live should be spontaneous, Book. So guys, don't miss out. Check out Game Time now on their app or at gametime.co. That's gametime.co.
Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Just download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code BOOKER for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Lowest price. Guaranteed. Oh, yes. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. People, is Booker? Is Booker all right? Is Booker good? He's talking about the Young Bucks. He's giving these guys the props. But no, man. For Sting, his last match, his tag match with Darby Allin, I think that will probably be the best team to actually get the job done for him. Seriously.
Well, we'll see. The Revolution is around the corner. I think it's in March, and Sting will be bidding us farewell. So I'm sure we'll be talking about it more as we get to it. Before we get to the Super Chats, Book, I also wanted to talk about a couple things in TNA. I didn't think I'd be saying that in 2024.
Yeah.
But TNA reborn, and guess what? I don't know if you saw any of those images or videos from Hard to Kill. The arena they had in there, it was like their highest gate in 10 years. The arena looked great. It was well lit. The colors were great. The matches were great. All their championships that they've put out, I don't know if you've seen the titles.
Yeah,
they all look excellent.
Yeah,
they look so good. And
they're going out. They're going all out.
They're going all out. They're really trying to, TNA Impact is back as their mainstay show. Big shout out to Scott D'Amore and everybody over there at TNA, really trying to make a second run of what was once the number 2 promotion in all of professional wrestling. But at the end of the night, they had a new TNA champion, world champion. That was Moose is their champ. And then we saw Nick Nemeth, who we just saw in New Japan. The former Dolph Ziggler made his presence known against Moose and cut a great promo. And it looks like Nick Nemeth is now the newest signee or the newest member of the TNA roster. Interesting that he didn't go to AEW, because his brother was there. But TNA is a good spot for him, especially now with the spotlight on it, and he's going to get to be a main event guy. I don't know. I mean, Dolph's talented. I don't know if he'd be in the main event scene immediately in AEW like he would in TNA. And so maybe the money was better. I'm not sure, but I like that he's there.
I don't know why he's there, but I made a quote about that they've been running, and it was about Nick Nemeth, also known as Dolph Ziggler, formerly known as Dolph Ziggler. That this guy's like a cat, man. He's going to land on his feet, no matter where he goes. He's going to land on his feet, and people took negative towards that statement.
How is that negative?
I don't know, you know what I mean? But people will find a way to make it sound like I'm saying something negative or something good about him just because he's not in AEW. These AEW fans, man, they really are tribals. You got this tribalism thing going on. And
it's bad.
It's so bad. But now, Dolph Ziggler, this guy can work. He's preserved himself very, very well. He still looks good. He still can go out there and work with the best of them. I always felt like it was still so much more left in Dolph Ziggler. And Dolph Ziggler wasn't one of those guys that was crying because he wasn't working on Raw this week, or he wasn't working on SmackDown this week, or anything like that. I don't think Dolph Ziggler really cared. Dolph Ziggler was, I think, about getting paid, as well as WWE always kept Dolph Ziggler. When Dolph Ziggler was having his run, Dolph Ziggler always had a championship around his waist.
Always.
He always was the guy, that was going to go out there and steal. He was the Shawn Michaels, of his era. So I think his run, man, he did everything he possibly could do, but more importantly, he preserved himself for when that WWE run was over with. Almost 20 years in the WWE, almost 20 years in that one company, and now he's still fresh and can go work and make more cheddar. You know what I mean? And being in Impact, TNA now, being in Impact. Shit. Excuse me. Edit that. Being in TNA. He can still go to Japan. He can go to, do a lot of shows, whatnot. He's a free agent. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. So
man,
what?
I think you can say that now because I see Pat McAfee saying it all the time.
Well, Pat McAfee says a lot of stuff. Pat McAfee calls people out. Pat McAfee does a lot. I love Pat, though. Shout out to Pat.
I'm just saying we might be all right with that with him. You know what I mean? So,
okay. But yeah, I agree. Whatever you just said, I agree. I got distracted. But I think that as far as Nick Nemeth goes, yeah, he would land on his feet no matter what. And I believe he said he had multiple offers in places. Nick Nemeth said he had many. Oh, here we go. Nick Nemeth said he had many places reach out after his WWE release. So bunch of people reached out instantly and said, we want you here. I go, hey, man, it's great to feel that. I'm very fortunate and lucky that people said that. How can we get you? Or what can we do? I was like, I'm kind of a wanted man. It got me more excited. Like, I'm back in. I was like, I could show up and be a hired gun here. I could take this guy out. We could go on a run. I'm figuring it out where we could go with this. And I watched TNA go to Impact and become TNA in this very special moment at Hard to Kill, where this is a coming out party for TNA again. I go, this could be a perfect fit. Hopefully I can back it up in the ring other than just talking about it and showing up.
TNA. Okay. Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah. I'm serious, man. They're going back and forth, man. It's confusing sometimes, man. Yeah. But no,
Yes.
I'm glad to see Dolph Ziggler land in TNA. And I'm sure he can do some good work there. And like you say, he's going to be highlighted there. I'm sure the money is probably not the best money in the world, but he's probably going to have so many more opportunities to make so much more money outside of TNA as well. I think it's going to be okay for him. I think he's going to be more than comfortable, and I'm sure he's probably stashed away a nice little nest egg from WWE over his last 20 years.
A little grip, got a nice little grip.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been there forever. I'm sure he's got some money, so he had options and he could wait it out and could wait for the right situation. Now, talking about TNA, Booker, talking about TNA.
TNA. I got it right here. TNA.
Yeah. The former Naomi, aka Trinity Fatu, she dropped the title at Hard to Kill. Says she got a couple more dates, finishing stuff up. There's rumors on the internet she's coming back to the WWE. What do you think? Do you think that these are? I guess. What do you think of Trinity in general? I mean, would this be a good moment for her to come back to WWE? Or should she stay? Because right now she's been spotlighted in TNA. She has been the TNA knockout, right? The champion over there. Do you think that she should remain there and continue, doing what she's doing, or is WWE the right place she should be back at?
Oh man, I'd love to see Trinity back in WWE. I hated to see the way she left. Of course, a lot of people, I said what I said when she left, and I thought I was, I just didn't feel like she should have left. I mean, I thought she was in a great position. And one thing about this business, it's fluid, and you got to be able to understand. Man, come on, man, come on. You got to understand that it's fluid.
Oh, wait a minute.
but for her to, if she is coming back to WWE, I'm more than excited about it, because I think she fit in with everybody. And then also, I said, being able to go out there and prove herself at the same time, not just sitting at the house waiting on a phone call, staying in shape. You know what I mean? You don't have to, get ready if you stay ready. And I think she's ready for this moment. And I think if she come back, I think she'll be a big deal. I think she'll be a much bigger deal than before she left.
Sometimes that does it for you, right? When you leave and come back, you're bigger than when you left.
I think for her, I think she'll be a much bigger deal than she was before she left. I really do.
Time away, as long as it's not time on the couch, right, can be to your benefit. And we saw it with Drew McIntyre, we saw it with Jinder Mahal, guys who went out and remade themselves and both became world champions on their return. So maybe it could be for Naomi. I know that would leave a hole in the TNA women's division, because you had Deonna Purrazzo just leave, and now Trinity, they're saying she's going to leave, but it also opens up spots for younger talent to try to get a look. So
we got a lot of young talent in reality wrestling. You know what I mean? Everybody's looking for spots, man. You know what I mean? So one thing about it, one door closes, another one opens. I think that's the way the business is.
Yeah, no, I agree. So look, we have, Booker, since we've been talking, so many super chats come in, and there's one other thing that I want to get to before we get to the super chats, and that is
Hook.
We got to talk about Hook, and we got to talk about you being Johnny Wishbone. I don't know where we want to start.
We got to take a break. That's what we got to start. We got to take a break. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Hey, what's up? This Booker T, and winter is here, and you know what that means, trying to stay comfortable while you sleep. Well, I've got something exciting for you.
That's right, Book. We've recently discovered a game changer for a good night's sleep. It's called Miracle Made, and it has its new product, the silver-infused bed sheets inspired by NASA.
Yeah, these sheets are no ordinary sheets, guys. They've got self-cooling properties that keep you at the perfect temperature all night long, thanks to NASA-inspired technology.
And here's the kicker. They're self-cleaning too. Infused with silver, these sheets prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them fresh and clean 3 times longer than regular sheets. So that means no more gross odors. Plus, they're all about comfort and quality. Miracle sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the crazy price tag of other luxury brands. Trust me, Book, they feel as nice, if not nicer, than the sheets used by some 5-star hotel.
And just in time for the holidays, guys, these miracle sheets make perfect gift for your loved one. And who doesn't want better sleep and luxurious bed sheets? And guess what, guys? You get 3 free towels with your purchase. But wait, there's more. These sheets are designed with your skin in mind. No more sleeping on bacteria that can clog your pores. You don't want that. Sleep clean with Miracle.
Yeah, so here's the deal, listeners. Go to trymiracle.com/Booker to try it today or gift it to someone special this holiday season. And guess what? You will save over 40%.
Do it! And don't forget, guys, if you use the promo code at your checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and an extra 20% off.
And if that wasn't great, here's the best part. Miracle stands behind their product with a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not 100% satisfied, you will get a full refund from Miracle Made.
Hey guys, upgrade with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/Booker and use the promo code Booker and claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40%. Trymiracle.com/Booker. Treat yourself or a loved one this holiday season to a gift of better sleep. Don't wait. Try Miracle Made today. Boom! Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. Yeah. Let's talk Hook real quick, man. Let's talk Hook. I just want to talk about Hook because I made a comment about Hook. More importantly, it was about Tony Khan and comparing Hook to Jinder Mahal and this, that, whatnot, and the other. And my comment wasn't to make Hook look bad or anything like that. I think I said that. I think I said it more than once. It was more than anything to point out Tony Khan in this 28-1 streak that this kid has gone on, that Hook is not more a household name. Seemed like that would have been a great time to really build. And that's what I talk about with AEW a lot, as far as storylines and really being able to create stars when you got a chance to create a star and you missed the boat on it because you're thinking about how many matches somebody won and how many matches somebody lost. That was more so just to point out what Tony Khan is lacking as a booker more than anything. It had nothing to do with Hook. So if anybody took it as that, just to let you know, it had nothing to do about Hook, as well as I don't want to cross Taz. You know, Taz probably, he could put me in that. What did he used to call it? That
Taz mission, the Kata Hajime.
Yeah, that's it. What is it again?
I think they called it the Kata Hajime.
That's right? It. Yeah, that's it. You gotta know all about that right there. So nah, man. I feel like Taz's kid is doing a hell of a job, and he looks good. And he's a hell of a worker. Yeah.
I look, I don't think that you made any indictment on Hook. And I think this was, again, one of those things. I saw the headline, give me 5 of Hook's, wins or whatever.
Yeah. Which I did make that statement, but like I say, you know what it was about.
No, I know. And it was not an indictment on Hook whatsoever. And I think Hook is a talent. I really do. From what I've seen from him. And there was a time, though, where I thought they probably should have struck when the iron was a little bit hotter, because there was a moment where you couldn't turn on AEW television without the crowd chanting Hook when he wasn't even out there.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Sin Hook was a big thing.
Yeah.
In
I don't
large
know.
part,
Maybe he was still in school.
he might have been. He's a young man, and Taz is good people too. So I don't think Taz would have thought anything about that. But yeah, look, the whole thing with Hook was more so he got brought in. And this was the whole point that we're talking about. This article even being written was what we're talking about. He got brought into a situation that had nothing to do with him and got him the wrong attention.
Yeah.
When Tony could have said nothing and we could have talked about the Hook Samoa Joe match afterward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So anyway, that's how I feel about it. But shout out to Hook, Sin Hook. I'm going to be watching his match with Samoa Joe, and I want to see if they hinder Jinder or if Jinder gets back to being a world champion. We're going to find that out, But
I'll be watching the highlights.
But let me ask you this: before we move on to the super chats, which they have come in hot and heavy, and we only have this segment and another, I think, and we're out of here.
Yeah.
So. Let me play this for our fans, though, or the people, because this show's all about the people. Now, a few weeks ago, I think it was 2 weeks ago, The Rock returned to the WWE, made a big return. And then he had the promo where he said, should we sit at the bar? Should I sit in a booth or should I sit at the head of the table? And he's been making posts, saying, I'm all in. I'm back in on a WWE run. Essentially, we think this is going to happen. It's been the talk of the town.
Everybody's talking about it.
The Rock main eventing WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia against Roman Reigns. This is what people are talking about. Now, there's a clip that's been going around the internets involving you, right?
Yeah.
And this clip came from 2014. 2014. And I have the audio of the clip right here that we're going to play on the show. This is from 2014. This is Booker T talking back then on the Monday Night Wars documentary. So let me try to turn this up because it is rather low. So.
Come on, man. The people are waiting.
You can't hear that?
No, I can't hear it.
Oh, hold on. I have a better idea then. I thought you could hear it because I was casting.
Couldn't hear anything.
Hold on. We got this. It's not a big deal. We got it right now. So here we go.
Can't hear that either. Can't hear it.
I can hear it.
It's too low. That's way too low.
Okay. Well, the hell with it. It says that Booker says in the clip, Rock's a multi-million-dollar superstar now. He's in Hollywood, but wrestling, it never goes away, essentially. Right? Oh, I see why y'all hear it. Somebody just gave me the Iggy. Here we go. Hold on. This is why y'all couldn't hear it. Here we go. Dead air, ladies and gentlemen.
I choose the tech guy, man.
He's a multi-million-dollar actor now, but wrestling is in your heart. It's in your blood. It's something that really never goes away. And I can expect to see Rock trying to speak at WrestleMania 40 if you get a chance.
There you go. Finally. I finally got it. It says there, I can see The Rock sneaking into WrestleMania 40 if he gets a chance. And now it might happen. So you are Johnny Wishbone. Do you remember doing that interview at all?
Nah, man. I don't. I've done so many of those kind of interviews. I do remember the suit. I remember the suit. I got rid of that jacket not too long ago. Nah, man. Thinking about stuff like that, I was right. I was spot on. I can tell you that. Just because I know the business, I know The Rock. I know his passion. I know if he, just like I have a chance to sneak in there just one more time, we'll do it. And Rock has done one thing most important. That's kept his body together, stayed in great shape. The crowd still love, The Rock when he come out and do his thing. He's a mega movie star. At the same time, he's the man. He can run for president. So yeah, man. It's not far-fetched at all. Yeah, but let's get to the super chats, man.
Johnny Wishbone, man. Okay, now that I have everything back here in working order, we're gonna go to our first super chat of the day.
Super chat,
and it comes from DJ 1491. Can TNA overtake AEW for the number 2 promotion in the United States?
I don't know. I don't know. I think being a number 3 is pretty good if you do it right. I don't think they should think past what they're doing or anything like that and try to think about trying to be number 2 or trying to be number 1. I think they just need to be TNA. I think the people will love it. Just because I say that because when I was there back in 2008, 2009, 10, whatever it was. 2010. Yeah. Those crowds was crazy, man. They loved some TNA. It was a buzz around TNA at that time. So if they could just get back to that, I think they'll be okay.
I think that could they go to number 2? They don't need to be number 2. I agree with you. They just need to be doing them. Do you and if you build it, they will come.
That's the way I feel. Just do TNA.
This is from Cali Toenail.
Super chat.
Some Roni, brother. Oh yeah.
Cali Toenail says it's been some Trinity return rumors for the Rumble. If so, I'd love to see her with a more serious side, new music, and nothing glowing at all.
Hey man, I love to work with Naomi. Just what I mean. I don't need to work with Naomi. Just getting in her head more than anything. And I agree with Callie as far as the attitude adjustment. You make that move and you do it right. The fans, man, really can see something special because I said it a long time ago when Naomi was in WWE that she was the most athletic female that we had in the locker room. I said, but it was a couple of things she need to work on. Hopefully outside, being in another company, working with different talent, hopefully she got a chance to work on those things.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens. And I think a Rumble spot is a good spot for her to come back in. And look, also The Undertaker or Jericho or Booker or even The Rock never had the same kind of thing the whole career, right? You changed.
Yeah, I think she'll be okay.
So I think she's going to be fine. No matter where she comes back, she's going to be fine. And I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see it.
Yep.
Excited to see it. Do we have time for another or do we have to go to a break?
Let's take a break. We're going to be back in a minute. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame, man. Can you dig it, sucker? And this episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, let's talk about it. Let's talk about sex. Hey, you remember when you was always ready to go? I'm talking about strapping the rocket on it, man. Going straight to the moon. I'm talking about getting it done. If you want that extra confidence, I got something for you. Listen up. BlueChew.com. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, but in a chewable tablet at the fraction of the cost.
But the great thing, Book, is you can take it any time, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days.
The best part, guys, it's all done online on the internet. So there's no doctor's visit, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at a pharmacy or any of that.
And the thing is, Book, Blue Chew's tablets, they're made right here in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package, so no one is the wiser.
Let's just get it out there, guys. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. It's like this. Chew it, and do it. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew absolutely free when you use promo code BOOKER at your checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping, man. That's BlueChew.com. Use promo code BOOKER to receive your first month absolutely free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And, we want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Hall of Fame podcast. Chew it and do it. Boom. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. Let's keep it rolling, man. It's our last one. Let's keep it rolling.
All right. This is from
Super Chat.
Eric Lamar. What's good, y'all? Book. Walk with me for a second. Lash Legend. Bianca Belair. Jade Cargill. Faction. What you think? Also, Faye 5 in NXT.
Oh, man. Faye 5, I have to think about that for a minute. But, yeah. That's a nice little combination. That's a nice combination. I mean, I'm talking about that's Devastation Incorporated all over again, man. I'm serious, So yeah, I think they would. I think the one thing, is they'll be too dominant. Having those three together, I think they would just be too damn dominant. They never lose, or they should never lose. I think that would be their only problem.
Yeah, I like the idea on paper of the three of them being together.
Yeah,
but in the same time, like a dream match of mine is Bianca and Jade, to see those two go up against one another.
Yeah, definitely.
And even Lash too. I mean, man, Lash is dope. Like, she's starting to really come into her own. That spot she did with Otis on NXT.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
She's a little different. That right there just gave you a peek into the window as far as what, Lash Legend could actually be. Seriously.
She could be something, man.
Yeah.
She could be something. And I think that's so I like the idea of them being a faction. I get why you're talking about college athletes coming together, strong black women coming together, all with domination. Like you said, what did you say? Devastation Incorporated.
Devastation Incorporated.
Devastation Incorporated.
That's Scandal Akbar back in the day.
So I get it, but also, like Booker and I talk about too, sometimes there can be too many factions, and sometimes you want a faction to bring somebody up, right? Like, isn't that the idea of, like, you want to bring somebody up? So I could see Bianca being established and trying to bring Lash Legend up, with her. Jade's kind of her own thing too. I just feel like they operate on different spectrums right now, and bringing them together.
Personally, I don't want to see them together right now. I want to see those guys work against you. It's almost like the Main Event Mafia. I hated them. I love the Main Event Mafia. It was cool, but I definitely thought we missed a boat because neither one of us got a chance to really work each other or anything like that. No one really got a chance to see that side of our work. You know what I mean? So for me, it was kind of waste having all that talent in one group. Let's keep it rolling.
We have Mike Edwards. Booker, aka Bookstradamus, is looking real good with this Texans Super Bowl prediction. I'll be down.
Hey man, Texans going to the Super Bowl, man. We going to the Super Bowl, dog. So let's just get ready. Last time I made a prediction, it came true. It might come true. Might come true at WrestleMania 40.
Oh, that's true. Yes, might come.
I know you're thinking about the Rockets.
I'm not ever gonna let you forget that. Our next one comes from Lee Gray. The WCW Nitro theme got to be one of the best of all time.
That right there. Yeah, I used to love that, man. That theme with the pyro, the explosion of the city, and all of that stuff. Yeah, I remember that like so vividly. You know what I mean? It was a really, really good time in my career. So yeah, I agree with you 100% on that.
I agree. I loved the Nitro Open. I like when the opens were like cinematic.
And then they had the Nitro Girls.
Oh yes, dancing in front of the logo.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
I mean, go ahead. We'll talk about it if we have a little extra time.
I was going to ask, you think a Nitro Girls thing is a concept that's just too far from, too in the past, or could they do something?
You know what? I don't know how many super chatters we got left, but I was reading just a little while ago. All Man's promotion is opening. No women could be on the show other than, like the Nitro girls and stuff like that. It's getting a lot of backlash. Well, how do you feel about it? Because there are all women's organization, no men. We'll talk about that on the rebound. Let's keep it rolling on the Super Chats.
I don't know how I feel about that.
See that? It caught you up there for a second. At first, you was leaning one way, and then when I said that, you started leaning another way. So we'll talk about that. That's a great debate. Great debate.
Okay. Richard Jr. Seth Rollins to retain tonight at WWE Raw, plus Roxanne Perez needs an intergender feud with Ilya Dragunov and Carmen Petrovic to win the Battle Royal. Okay, no. She wants an intergender feud with Ilya Dragunov, and Carmen needs to win the Battle Royal. Okay, so there's 3 different comments there.
Well, I'm definitely not for the Roxanne and Ilya Dragunov. That's just ridiculous in every form and every. I mean, once people start thinking that way, we're losing touch. As far as Carmen, has to win the Battle Royal. I mean, if she win it, they definitely put her in a great position. But that's a hell of a spot to be in. As far as Seth Rollins, Seth Rollins should be, secure as far as holding on to his championship all the way through, at least till Mania. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I think that he's going to hold on to that thing. I think there's a guy who's going to win the Royal Rumble. He's going to go against him named CM Punk. Mr. Joe Walker, what up, Booker and Brad? Please tell us how much you've changed each other's lives for the better. How do you value one another? Well, that's an interesting turn. I think I've talked about it a ton. I've gotten to see parts of the country and meet people and go to things and grow as a professional and as a person, in so many different varieties. Booker knows how grateful I am.
Well, not just that, man, having friends, what I mean?
Yeah.
It's in this life, I'm gonna tell you, I don't have a bunch of friends. I can actually truly call Brad a friend. And that's something that you should value when you do find one that you can trust. You know what I mean? So I think that right there might be one of the biggest things that I've taken away from.
No, I appreciate that, Book. And we've made reality wrestling like the premier.
As well as the Reality of Wrestling YouTube channel is, getting close to 750,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? That's what we do for our Reality of Wrestling, man. We're a small little company, but we do give them a whole lot of exposure, just like right here inside the Hall of Fame, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can we still got like 3 or 4 of these to get through. Demarius Oliver, it's a goal of mine this year to get to Texas and kick it with the Row.
Hey man, you right now you're doing the right thing. Right now, that super chat right there is going to go a long way. You already entered into the next contest. You might be the next winner. To head down to the Walker, Texas Lawyer Arena and have you some fun. All put up by the Hall of Fame, man. So let's just keep hanging with us. Just keep hanging with us.
Let's see. We got Loso Dolo. Dolph will go down as the best 6-man in history.
I think so. I mean, Dolph.
Great 6-man.
You know what? I don't think Dolph is underrated or anything like that. I think Dolph. I made a statement one time on the kickoff show, and when I'm on the kickoff show, guys, I'm working. And I said Dolph Ziggler is going to look back on his career and he's going to realize how many moments he missed because he always wanted to go out there and steal the show. All the championship wins, and all of that because he wanted to steal the show. Man, they ate me up on Twitter for saying, like, man, I'm working. I'm in character here. But no, man, Dolph Ziggler's not underrated or anything like that. Dolph truly one of the best that one of the guys that did this the best. He really is. He's truly one of the greats, one of the all-time greats.
Yeah. Dolph's A+ in my book. We can talk about Dolph Ziggler all day, but I mean, I like the characterization as a 6-man, and that's not a bad thing whatsoever. But Dolph can definitely be in the starting 5 as well. So it's just kind of how he's positioned. Wally Wall says, "Hey, I've been trying to be a WWE ref. I ref college basketball and high school basketball and football. I retired the Pistons training camp. I ref the Pistons training camp scrimmage. I refed in a small promotion too. What do I do? WWE likes former athletes."
Well, you gotta, find yourself. let me say it like this. You got to find it. It's not going to find you. Okay. Wrestling is not going to come to your town. And next thing you know, you tell them, hey, I wanted to be a referee. No. That's not the way it happens. You got to go, find a school, find a promotion that you can be a part of, and learn the craft of professional wrestling, because most refs that do this very, very well, they know the inner workings of every match and what those matches entail, and from a detailed perspective. You just can't get in there and think just because you've done it, basketball, football, whatnot, you can actually do this, because this is totally different. But find your camp, and like I say, try to learn the aspects of professional wrestling.
Yeah. So there you go. We have a couple more, and we only have like a minute left. Jonathan Chetty says Rock versus Booker at SummerSlam equals masterclass.
It would be. Even still right now at this stage of the game, I think Rock and I could still go out there and give them just one more, man. Where the fans will be saying, "You still got it." Oh yeah, man. But I have no itch to scratch.
Let's see. Scott says, how long are basic and advanced training classes? I'm assuming he means every idea of wrestling.
I have no basic and advanced classes. All classes are basic and advanced. There is, I mean, it's all inclusive. But it's a 2-year course. It's a 2-year course because I really feel like like a lot of classes are like 3 months. Some courses are 6 months. It's just so hard to really learn this business in that short amount of time. And I say that because my class was 8 weeks, and I knew I didn't know anything, but I just got lucky to be in the right place at the right time. And booyah, man! 2-time Hall of Famer, 6-time world champ, 35 titles, and all that stuff. And the kid and caboodle. But that's another story. We got to get out of here, man.
Last one. Big Breezo says, love you guys. I get a lot of good advice.
Oh yeah, man. We love you too, dog. Stepping inside the Hall of Fame, getting your champagne wishes, caviar dreams, dog. Bradley, for all the heavy lifting, I know we got to get up out of here. Like I always say, peace. We love you. We out.